The letter.
A man is running inside an orphanage, carrying a wooden box on his head in torrential rain. He kept the box at the door of the orphanage and rang the bell and ran away. Hearing the bell, as soon as the warden of the orphanage opened the door, he saw a box in front of him. On opening it, he was shocked. Someone escaped, leaving a 2-day-old baby girl in a box with lots of letters at the door of the orphanage. A woman sat at the study table, crying. She is writing a letter to someone. There are also many cut marks on her hands and feet, but not a single letter written by her is not visible on the paper. She wrote the whole letter, folded it neatly, and put it in a wooden box and closed it. But he still had one more thing to do, for which she put a sari on the ceiling fan, then made a noose from the sari, and was standing on a chair. That's when 2 people broke the door and entered the room.
Happiness doesn't come so soon, Alona. For that, one has to suffer a lot first.
A woman also came into the room, along with the 2 people who had broken the door, who foiled Alona's attempt to die.
You, why don't you kill me? Why are you keeping me alive? To make me suffer? I have given you whatever you want. Now, I have given birth to a dead child, so what is my fault in this?
The tree is not cut because of bad fruit. Rather, it is treated. And now, you too will be treated. Take her to the basement.
Alona was scared after hearing the order of the woman. She immediately put the noose around her neck, and the chair fell with a jerk, writhing in midair. But soon, she was taken out of the trap and forcefully taken to the basement. The basement was actually the place of operation, where there were already lumps of blood and flesh lying all around. Seeing all this, Alona started crying loudly. She thought maybe someone would come to her aid after hearing her screams. Maybe today her life will be saved. But on hearing her voice, many newborn babies started crying. And in no time, Alona was tied and lying on the operating table. After this, Alona's operation started without making her unconscious. After much screaming and crying, Alona gave up her life in agony. She had turned from alive to dead. Here, there was a sudden movement in the box in which Alina had put her written letter. Just then, a man secretly entered the room, and he picked up the box and went away from the house towards the forest. 27 years later, Ronnie and Lily have come to New York to celebrate their second honeymoon after 3 years of marriage. But away from the noise of the city, he chose a bungalow where no one would come and go for months.
Bungalow is good, Ronnie, but it is also far away.
Yes, the distance has increased between us too. We have come here only to reduce it. Don't think too much. This place also has a special history of its own.
History.
See, your reporter mind has woken up again. Haven't heard the news that reporting is on.
If you don't want to tell, then don't tell, but don't make unnecessary jokes.
Okay, babe, okay, let me tell you. It is said that this bungalow used to be a maternity hospital at one time, where delivery was done for women who were not married or were thrown out of the house by their husbands. But then an incident happened and everything was closed. But 7 years ago, someone staked a claim on this property and won the case and moved back in.
Lily got thinking for a moment after listening to her husband Ronnie, but then she felt as if someone was watching her from the window of the bungalow. But on looking carefully, she did not see anyone. Then Lily herself started to go inside the bungalow with her husband, considering it as an illusion of her mind. A middle-aged woman was standing with flowers in her hand to welcome both of them in the bungalow.
Hi, I'm Madame Liana. Did you have any trouble coming here?
Lily smilingly nodded her head after listening to Madame Liana's words and started looking at the bungalow carefully. Then, Madame Liana asked Lily.
What month is it?
Lily was stunned for a moment after listening to Madame Liana. She said to Madame Liana in astonishment,
How do you know I'm pregnant?
Hey, this is my profession. I am a maternity doctor. This is my job. Why did you think I am a witch or a ghost who knows everything automatically?
Lily started laughing after listening to Madame Liana. Seeing Lily laughing like this, after a long time, it seemed right for Ronnie to come here. After the conversation, Ronnie and Lily have dinner with Madame Liana. And then everyone went to their respective rooms and went to sleep. Ronnie and Lily were tired from the day's journey. That's why as soon as they fell on the bed, both of them fell asleep immediately. The night was just at its height. Then Lily felt as if someone was tickling her feet.
Ronnie, let me sleep. I am very tired. Let's do all this tomorrow.
As soon as Lily turned around, mumbling in her sleep, her hand went to Ronnie, who was sleeping next to her. Realizing this, Lily's sleep was gone.
If Ronnie is sleeping next to me, so who was near my feet?
Saying to herself, as soon as Lily looked under the bed, there was no one there. Then, she heard the sound of a coin falling from outside the room. When Lily went outside and saw a coin lying on the ground, and a few steps away, another coin, and further away, another one. Lily reached a door, picking up one coin in turn. When she opened the door and looked inside, the room was pitch dark. And at the end of this room, she also saw a box, in which some movement was happening on its own. As soon as Lily reached the box suspiciously, the door closed automatically. And from the corner of the room, the sound of crying of many children started coming. Hearing the voices of so many children, Lily's throat almost dried up due to fear. She immediately turned on the flashlight of her phone, and as soon as he saw the room, her senses got cold. There were hundreds of newborn babies, under the age of 1 year in the room, who had 2 black pits in place of their eyes, from which blood and worms were coming out. All the children started moving towards Lily as soon as they saw her, and dropped her down and started eating her by tearing flesh from her body. Lily was writhing in pain, soaked in her own blood, begging for each breath. But no one came to help her. But as soon as she realized that a small life was growing inside her too, Lily gathered her courage and, crushing the children, came near the same box that she had seen before entering the room. There was still movement in that box, but the strange thing was that hundreds of newborn children who were thirsty for Lily's blood. At this time, not a single child among them was coming near that box. Lily immediately understood that only this box can save her from death. Thinking this, as soon as Lily opened that box, a strong black light came out of it, due to which Lily's face was scorching. Still, before closing the box, she put her hands inside and tried to find something. But what did that poor woman know? That she herself put her hand in the mouth of death. Lily felt as if she had put her hand between the teeth of an animal, and that animal is making powder from the bone of her hand. When Lily pulled her hand out with all her might, her whole hand was covered in blood, but she was holding something with all her might, a letter.